Hi, this is Rinki Khan, your CRM expert and MSME business coach. Today I will talk about myself. Okay, see, there are lots of people whenever they interact with any other people or the unknown people, they have some kind of communication gap. Okay, whenever they talk to anyone else, they start with okay, tell me about yourself, and they say okay, I'm a salesperson, or I'm a human resource executive or manager, or I work here or there, I used to stay here, my education, and blah 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 blah, and their mind got freeze. This has actually happened, used to happen with me also. Before I learned the communication, how to communicate with people by the Giang. He is one of our greatest entrepreneurs who teach you the vocal image, the how you're going to interact with anybody. There's a communication coach, Mr. Vinyan. He's awesome, and I'm taking the serious. I'm taking this it's serious note that how to communicate, because in our field there's a lots of people where we going to interact every day. So I need to do the master of this, and I am very much love to do new things, new learning things, and I'm very much like this. Okay, so today I will talk about myself. Okay, so whenever people say okay, tell me about yourself, so I used to say something else, but now after taking the session of Mr. Vinyan, I have developed the skills and I can communicate better than my previous version. This is the most important thing. So I would like to tell you one thing about me, that I am a problem solver. As I start myself, I one thing about me is that I'm a problem solver, because it has started when I was a small kid, a small tiny kid. As I was a middle child of my three siblings and we were raising together, and I was kind of curious kid that time. I just wanted to know everything, though I didn't know everything. I don't know. I used to think, okay, what's going on there? What's going on there? And because of this curiosity, I did something, and which changed my entire life. And still, I am doing this. So one day, my mom and dad brought me a small, tiny table alarm clock. This was this size. Okay, and when I saw, my reaction was like this, and I was so curious about that, watching this, seeing that, and I was so, oh, how that tiny alarm clocks actually works, how the three sticks, three hands rounding, going around, round, round every time, how the alarm hits, and when the sounds come, I said, oh my god, how actually that works. I just wanted to know, and I was so curious. So one day I put that small alarm clock on my left hand and one screwdriver on my right hand, and try to open that. Okay, and when I opened that box, the alarm clock's box that was stick behind from the behind, when I opened it, I thought, oh my god, what's inside that? I said, okay, there were some kind of a few springs out there. I could remember there were three, gears. There was a three gear wheels inside that, which was connected with each other, and 1 minute, there were, and that was connected with 1 minute stick, which the way that gear is rounding, that gear wheel was rounding, the minute stick was rounding, and it was connected with the electronic energy. That's what double A battery. Okay, with plus and minus phase, I don't know. And that battery was connected with a small tiny coil. I don't know, I mean, the aluminum wiring coil was rounding there. When the energy hit the wiring cable, the coil, that comes the spark from there, and that alarm really works, and that wheels going like this, like this, like this. So I was so curious that time. I opened that and I was so happy. Oh, acha, this is how the alarm clock works. Oh, I'm a genius person. I'm a genius kid. That time I used to think, now I just opened this. Oh, I did this. And now, when I, try to reassemble that, and I forgot. For a few minutes, I was stuck out there. How to reassemble this? How, what parts would come here, or what parts come goes there, and try to assemble every parts of that alarm clock, and I was not able to do that. So I thought my mom and dad will got to know about this, and I had to keep that aside. I put that alarm clock inside a box, and when I packed it up, and I hide it from my parents. And then again next day, I asked my mom that can you bring me another one, another small tiny alarm clock, stand clock. She said, why? Yesterday I bought something new. So I said, no, I didn't like that properly, and that I don't know what's going on. That some kind, some kids has stolen, might be stolen from me. I like that. I was a small kid, so I could lie. So I said that there's some small, kids stolen from me, so I want new one. So she brought me to one, and one, two, three, four. I have opened a lot of alarm clocks, and then I thought, no, you know, this is not going to work. I mean, I had to do something different. So I start drawing that, designing of the alarm clock in my paper, and then I write down the step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 onto that paper, that how I am opening the parts, and how I'm going to reassemble. For a few days I did that, and finally I could reassemble those parts, and that alarm actually working. So this is how my journey has started. I don't coach, I don't sell any CRM or software. I just sit inside any business and fix how they actually works. This is how I become the CRM expert and MSME business coach, because it started when I was small kid, and still going on, because I have the mindset of the problem solving. So this is Rinki Khan. I'll see you in the next session, where I can teach you other things about the communication except the psychology of sales. Till then, bye bye.